This episode is dedicated to the memory of Pamela C. Mims. I don't believe for a moment that she would have liked this, but she would have told me that she did. She will be missed. Take a breath, count to 10. Everything is as it should be. Everything will continue to be as it should be. The future is now, so you can stop waiting. Today is just the tomorrow you feared yesterday. Do not panic. All is well. All is well.
Recipe for roasted garlic reindeer. Step 1. Preheat oven to 450 degrees and place oven rack in the lower third of the oven. In a small bowl, mix together garlic, rosemary, thyme, and 1 tablespoon oil and season generously with salt and pepper. Rub all over reindeer. Step 2. In a 9-inch baking dish, toss potatoes with the remaining oil and season with more salt and pepper. Place reindeer on top of potatoes and roast until internal temperature reaches 145 degrees, about 1 hour. Step 3. Let rest 15 minutes, remove twine, then slice, roast and serve. Step 4. To really enjoy, eat with your hands. Let the juices run down your chin and feel the surge of power as you consume the conquered. You are all that is man. This is your fresh kill. Bask in it.
The ducks are still drones, but you can trust the remainder of the waterfowl. Not to be drones, that is. Whether or not you trust swans, for instance, is up to you. They've always looked rather shifty to me and sort of holier than thou. I don't care for it. And on this, the day of days, let us break bread together, drink, and be merry. And if we've no bread on hand, we can at least go for those weird little hard breadsticks, you know? The thin ones that come in boxes, where you're not sure whether they're supposed to be like that or if they're stale. Or if, indeed, they are supposed to be like that and the that in question is stale. What's the f***ing deal with those breadsticks anyway? It has been 1,344 days since we have been liberated, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, from the tyranny of freedom. This is your daily reminder of how good you have had it since the Artilean extraterrestrial invasion and subjugation 1,345 days ago, which succeeded after a battle with human forces lasting roughly 11 and a half minutes. All hail, Artilia. All hail the eyes in the sky. I am your host, Landon Harker, and here's how good you have it today. Friends, it is the Ides of March on New Artilia, and you know what that means. It is time for our annual Christmas festivities. As you'll recall, one of the first acts undertaken by the Artilean division of keeping things similar but not the same was to reorganize the holidays in an order that makes more sense. Isn't that idea full of excitement? Isn't it? Huh? Right? And here comes the catchphrase. You are listening to Mayhem. As a quick reminder, we now celebrate St. Valentine's Day in the first week of August. American Thanksgiving, which is now compulsory for all peoples of New Artilia, formerly Earth, as is dry stuffing cooked inside the bird's asshole, occurs on the 5th Thursday of every other May, unless the year ends in a 5, in which case it occurs on the 2nd Saturday of June. New Year's Eve is now celebrated on January 3rd, and then Artilean motherships fire up the gyroscopes, reverse the spin of the planet, and allow us all the unmitigated joy of celebrating New Year's Eve once again, this time on January 2nd. I feel your silent skepticism and I reject it. It worked in that first Superman, all right? Labor Day, Arbor Day, Memorial Day, Record Store Day, and the once-a-year Punch-a-Cat Day have all been abolished. Dry your eyes, comrades. On New Artilia, every day is Punch-a-Cat Day. Little freeloading bandits with those rough, stupid tongues and those needle claws direct from hell. I'm a dog person, people. The following Christmas traditions are now considered universal and will be strictly enforced. On the eve of the Epiphany, an old witch with saggy named La Befana delivers gifts to children. Mostly, it's dead betta fish and stale breadsticks. She is said to ride on a broomstick and enters homes through chimneys. Christmas markets are held during the Christmas season. These markets sell handmade crafts, ornaments, food, and drink, and are accompanied by nog with booze in it. Except for eggnog. Other nogs are fine. What are the other nogs? Tomte is a mischievous, elf-like creature who is said to live on farms and help with the chores. On Christmas Eve, it's traditional to leave a bowl of porridge or rice pudding for Tomte as a thank you. Beginning on December 12th, 13 mischievous Yule lads visit children across Iceland, leaving small gifts and playing pranks. Each night, a different Yule lad will visit until the final one departs on Christmas Eve. Good Night is celebrated. Families gather for a feast, often featuring roast pork and lamb, and attend midnight mass together. Such fun. KFC is now mandatory for Christmas dinner. The Artilean Division of Sacred Feasts recommends getting your order in early, probably several months early, to avoid the lines. KFC now offers basically chicken without any GMOs, as far as you know. Don't worry about it too much. Despite your objections, you have no idea what a GMO is anyway, and or that a single strawberry would cost you $300 without GMOs. So yes, KFC does use GMOs actually, and KFC is good. Therefore, GMOs are good. That's a syllogism as far as you know, comrades. I would tell you to look it up to verify, but we both know you won't. Anyway, the Christmas meal includes 2 whole fried chickens, all the fixings, a 2-liter of Pepsi, and a quart of warm rice pudding. It's finger-studying good, and it is mandatory. The Colonel will see you in hell. The Artilean Division of Self-Evident Things wishes to inform you that, in general, my second ex-wife Betty is a vicious, heinous, unconscionable bitch who probably laughs at all the wrong parts of Marley and me. Her boysenberry pie was never that good. I knew it was frozen all along, and I was lying. On an unrelated note, I am using the power vested in me by various Artilean divisions to hereby abolish the practice of spousal support, especially in the case of a spouse who never provided any support during the marriage, financial, emotional, God forbid sexual. The schoolgirl outfit thing isn't even that kinky. That is all. The following Christmas traditions are now strictly prohibited. Any indulgence in the following traditions will be reported to your local Artilean government block by the AI knowledge assistant in your master closet. Decorating trees, hanging lights, baking cookies, especially those weird peanut butter ones with the Hershey Kiss in the center, singing carols, opening a gift on Christmas Eve, any reference to St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, or St. Nick. References to Kris Kringle are still fine. I'm willing to bet precious few of you knew that Kris Kringle and Santa Claus are actually two different people. Kris Kringle is a real estate agent. He wears a blazer and a pop collar and ends all his emails with ciao. He uses the phrase, "you know how I do," at least once per conversation. Kris Kringle is a real douchebag. The Artilean division of holiday regulations is not without sympathy to those living in the former United States who will be hardest hit by these new regulations. Oh, apologies. My brain inserted the word "not" there by mistake. Actually, they are without sympathy. Your traditions were stupid, brothers and sisters, and the Artilean division of holiday regulations makes no apologies for dragging you kicking and screaming into this brave new world. And now, because you're like Pavlov's dogs and can be tuned like a cheap radio, the sounds of jingle bells for a while. Exciting news, comrades. A new town has just been established in the former United States. It is just down the waterway from Tacoma, Washington. It smells like a hamster cage full of garlic farts. There is no electricity, cable, running water, or entertainment of any kind. There are nothing but sinkholes and goblins there. It will be an eternity of gnashing of teeth and pain. Welcome to Skanktown. Population, my ex-wife Betty. Answer time. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Answer, doesn't matter, as long as they both taste good over easy and with a side of bacon. A doctor and his son are in a car accident. The doctor dies, but the son is rushed to the hospital and is in critical condition. The surgeon looks at the son and says, "I can't operate on him. He's my son. How is this possible?" Answer, the surgeon is the boy's mother, you f***ing sexist. A man lives on the 10th floor of a building. Every day, he takes the elevator down to the lobby and goes to work. In the evening, he gets into the elevator, and if there is someone else in the elevator, he goes back to his floor directly. Otherwise, he goes to the 7th floor and walks up 3 flights of stairs to his apartment on the 10th floor. Why does he do this? Answer, the man is too short to reach the 10th floor button, but can reach the 7th floor button and then walk the rest of the way. Don't feel bad if you don't understand this one. You're not meant to. I don't. If you have a tank with 5 fish and one of them dies, how many are left? Answer, there are still 5 fish left in the tank. It's just that one of them is dead. You have 3 light bulbs in a room and 3 switches outside the room. Each switch corresponds to one of the light bulbs inside the room. You can only enter the room once, and you can't see inside the room from outside. How do you determine which switch corresponds to which light bulb? Answer, turn on the first switch for a few minutes and then turn it off. Turn on the second switch and enter the room. The light bulb that is on is connected to the second switch. Touch the other 2 light bulbs, and the one that is still warm is connected to the first switch. The remaining light bulb is connected to the third switch. Thank God we know that. I feel better now. Tremendous news this Christmas season for those of you who identify either as Christian or have even a vague interest in Christian history. Since it seemed to be such a big deal, the Artilean division of Divining the Past has looked back and confirmed that there was indeed a Jesus. So there, settled. Complicated news this Christmas season for those of you who identify either as Christian or have even a vague interest in Christian history. The Artilean division of Divining the Past has looked back and confirmed that there was indeed not just one Jesus, but there were roughly 263 Jewish men of that extremely common name in that general area within that 5-year period. Ambiguous news this Christmas season for those of you who either identify as Christian or have even a vague interest in Christian history. The Artilean division of Divining the Past has looked back and confirmed that 38 of those Jewish men named Jesus were wandering apocalyptic rabbis. Bad news this Christmas season for those of you who either identify as Christian or have even a vague interest in Christian history. The Artilean division of Divining the Past has looked back and confirmed that while 3 of these Jewish men named Jesus who were wandering apocalyptic rabbis were crucified by the Romans during that 5-year period in question, none of them rose from the grave. Matter of fact, the graves are still intact and can be visited for a reasonable fee should one decide to be that morbid and gross. The sequence of the previous pieces of information was arranged according to the standards and practices of the Artilean division of giving you news you thought you wanted right until the end there. Additionally, Christmas is still on, but you are highly encouraged to focus more on the KFC and saggy witch aspects than the religious component, which you now know, without question, is false and stupid. We assume that will put the matter to rest once and for all, and we do not anticipate any passionate letters. And now, an AI-generated poem about Christmas in March.
Christmas in March, a curious thing. A holiday season in the early spring. No snow, no frost, no icy chill. Just green grass and daffodils. The trees are budding, the birds are singing. And yet, we hear the sleigh bells ringing. Santa Claus is here, with his ho-ho-ho. Bringing gifts and spreading joy as he goes. It's a time to gather with family and friends. To share good food and make amends. To laugh and love and sing and dance. And give thanks for this second chance. For Christmas in March is a reminder of hope. That even in the darkest times, we can cope. That love and light will always find a way to brighten even the gloomiest day. So let us rejoice in this strange Yuletide. And let our hearts be filled with pride. For we have made it through another year. And Christmas in March is finally here. And we're roasting and eating reindeer. The lucky ones at least. Some we eat alive, because we enjoy the taste of fear. Sweet, sweet reindeer fear.
Okay, yes, thank you. That was excellent right up until that last little bit. All hail, Artilia. All hail the eyes in the sky. All is well. All is well. All is well. All hail Chuck Barris. All hail the Gong Show. All hail Christmas-themed performances. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your hot pudding, if such a thing is possible. Betty, I'm sorry. I am just so sorry. Sometimes I just get so mad. I don't know why you make me talk to you like that. I know I have some responsibility here. Not as much as you, but, some. Call me. We can make this work, okay? Mayhem is a Wetwork Media production starring Landon Harker. It is written and produced by Dan Lauer. All music is provided courtesy of Kevin MacLeod and licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. To learn more, visit incompetech.com.